Yo, people, what you telling me back again for another one? Red talk, man, and the night before the madness, bro. What you telling me, Flawless?
Yes, fam. What are you saying? First and foremost, you good, yeah?
Yeah, brother, man.
That's
Always,
that's the
always,
truth.
always. What you telling me,
But,
bro?
yo, fam, just looking forward to the final. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Are
would
you
say
actually looking forward to it though?
I'm genuinely looking forward to it. You know why? 'Cause I think we'll win. That's why.
I heard that.
I think we'll win. Don't get misunderstood. It's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be a stink fest. It's gonna be far from pretty, but I think we will. I think we will get past them. I think we'll win it. I think, and also Xerxes as well being available. Don't know how fit he is, but I think that could be key off the bench
He
too.
can't be that fit because
So
there
that
hasn't
is,
been loads of pictures of him in training before today.
no. But a 50% fit him is better than a 100% fit Hoyland. So
Oh, 100%. But
that's
he
all we
definitely
need you.
won't. He definitely won't be fit enough to start. Do you know what I
No, no,
mean?
no, no,
But
no, no,
even if there's 20
10
minutes
minutes.
there,
10, 15, 20 minutes will be enough. So that's
mm,
why I'm looking forward to it because I think we'll genuinely win it. Like I said, I was just like, we already know what Manchester United are in regards to quality, but they're not quality either. Also, like I said, Kulusevski being out for them, I think is key too. That's
yeah, I
also,
think
I
him
think he's,
and they're saying that Madison traveled or something
yes,
mad because there
Madison
was rumors
travel.
that Madison was going to be injured, but Kulusevski's a big miss because he's a big player.
Kulusevski's a miss. I think Bergval in their midfield is a big miss as well for
Yeah,
what they do and they offer it. Yes, they can substitute that because you've got Sa who offers what he offers. You've got Basuma as well. But anytime a team is struggling and a player is missing, you're gonna that's gonna affect you. Same way on our side.
100%.
Same way Delict being out for us is a miss. 110%.
Oh yeah, massive miss, bro, and I mean, and that all came from the manager playing him in a game that he should have never played him in the first place. I'm absolutely livid about that. I'm absolutely livid about that because that was a game that there was no reason to start deleting, bro, especially after him being out injured for as long as he'd been out, bro. There's absolutely no flipping reason to play Delete in that game. And now it transpires that he's actually injured, yeah. It's a big fuck up, man, because he's our
Yeah,
best defender, bro.
and he made this. The crazy part is he made the exact same error worse with
With
Euro.
Lenny Euro.
And
Yeah.
it almost cost us. But when I seen the pictures and videos of Euro training, even though it was individual training, I was like, all
Mm.
right, you're gonna be fit and available.
But
Which is
individual training also means, yeah, that you're not fit enough to start. But man will take a gamble with you if he has to. You know them ones. Because if you're not training with the team, then you're not fit enough to start.
yeah, you're not 100% fit. But him again, like I just mentioned with the Xerxes and Hoyland thing, Euro is a huge upgrade on a Luke Shaw or a Lindelof playing at centre back as well. So it's one
Mm,
of them. If there's a time to gamble, as long as they don't affect you too long term, it's a final. So play him.
mm.
That's what that is. Because I think Euro is, oh, he ain't 100% fit, but I don't think, put it this way, he's nowhere near as far off the pace as Xerxes is. He might be 80%, he might be 70%. And they don't want to play. Injection to, they don't want to play.
Of course, they all want to play because it's the last game of the season, really, that
Final.
means anything.
Yeah,
But it's mad because sometimes with players, yeah, you have to save them from themselves, bro,
true.
because they're not fit, bro.
Very true. Depends, like I said, in regards to how much how far off he is, and hopefully it doesn't affect him long term. As long as they don't risk you long term, and it's not something that's a reoccurring injury, like for instance a shin splint, for example. Obviously, he's not
Mm.
got shin splints, but I'm just using that as an example. An injury that reoccurs that can come back because you're playing on an injured type of thing. Because like most players have said, who are playing at the top level, there's ample games I've gone into, many games I've gone into where I'm not 100% fit. I might be
Most
95, I
players
might be
go into
90.
games not 100%
Yeah,
fit. It just depends on,
the
like you said, if
injury.
it can lead to longer term injuries.
Yeah. Like if you're 80%, 85, da da da. So with Euro, let's say he is 80% fit. That's just me guessing from the outside looking in that he's 80% fit. Cool.
Mm.
I'd run that risk. It's not like a Xerxes who's probably half that or less. So I look at
Mm.
it in that sense. But yeah, it's a final. You know what I'm saying? And always, whether we're favourites or not going into a final despite form, always look forward to them because it's like
100%.
because what
100%.
makes them, even though we have a knack to get into them, because I think it's been like 4 finals in the past 2-3 years, I think 10 finals in 10 years, something
Bro,
crazy
we
like.
do that, man. But this is why I ain't giving this manager no credit for if we win, bro. Because we get there anyway, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like we got here in spite of you, my brother. Do you know what I mean?
You get that.
We was undefeated in Europe under 3 different managers this year because Rude managed a
One
game
of
before, bro. And he won our first game. because we've been drawing games under Ten Hag. So, bro, we was getting to the final anyway.
Yeah, we drew 3 out. We drew 3 out of the 3. So we drew 3 of the first 3, and then I think Rude had 2. It was either 1 or 2. No, actually, he had 1. It was like PAOK.
One,
and then
he won
the rest. Yeah, he won against PAOK, and then AMORIM won the rest, and then the matches that have happened. So yeah, I'm with it. Like, for me, ideally, I've said this before, win it, and everybody leaves with the Europa League winners medals round in there. That's how I look at it. The manager, the players, everybody. It's not going to happen. That's an ideal world, though, is what I'd like to happen.
Right. This is what it is. And obviously, actually, before we move on to the transfer, Frank,
yeah, go on.
Obviously, Cam's put out his video today. He's echoed exactly what I've been saying. The manager needs to walk if he wins, and he needs to be sacked if he doesn't. Like, under no circumstances should this guy be Manchester United manager next season, as far as I'm concerned. I've already seen enough. He's managed enough games. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the omens, bro, it's ominous for this brother. You know, the ones like next season he ends up leaving regardless. Either he walks or he gets sacked next season. I can't see him surviving the season. I don't see the point in even giving him a preseason. To me, giving him a preseason instead of another manager is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. And because Manchester United look like they're moving quickly in the transfer market and they're making signings that are not manager specific. Cunha's been linked with this club under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Been linked with this brother time ago. He's a Man United player because he's a Man United player. I don't think that signings that we're going to make are going to be manager specific. Hence why I don't particularly want Gyökeres unless Gyökeres is a striker that won the club once, where it doesn't seem like he is. And 2, he would have to want to play for the club irrespective of who the manager is. Do you get it?
Yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying there. You make valid points, because I also heard that with Gyökeres it's dependent on Champions League as well, which I'm not with either. Like, one, despite where Manchester United are in the league and the stature and the current state of the team, we're still Manchester United in name. And secondly, as well, you're getting the most money you've ever made here. Like, people forget that.
Regardless, you're not doing us a favor playing for us, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And I always say this: whether a player's here and wants to leave, or we're bringing in a player and it's dependent on a certain thing, we are Manchester United. If they don't want to be here, even if it's valid, go elsewhere. They're not the only club they're not the only player out there. Not in the slightest. They're not the only player out there. And that's how I look at it. In regards to the manager, he doesn't make it to the summer of 2026. He's cooked. Been saying this. Look at how he looks in regards to interviews. Look at what he's saying. Analyze it. The board just need to, the board aren't going to sack him, and he's not going to resign. So therefore, what the board needs to do is carry on recruiting players, because I like the players we're linked with, and have the backup plan in place. Don't AMORIM the next manager. Because the thing is with Ten Hag was, we all knew Ten Hag wasn't going to make the summer of 2020, the next summer. We all knew it. But yet they made that mistake. Don't make that mistake that you made with AMORIM and AMORIM the next manager. Have first and foremost, have an interim in place. Don't bring in the permanent manager halfway through the season.
And even the Ten Hag situation, no one could have expected him to start the season as bad as he started, and no one could have expected AMORIM to continue the season as bad as he continued it, bro. It's been an absolute disgrace.
And that's where don't make the same mistake you inherited, because the mistake 100%. Was there with Ten Hag, and we all knew what it was. I feel like I keep saying this is deja vu. This is literally this last season on repeat, where he's got a trophy to win. Some people are Ten Hag in, some people are
don't make the same mistake. Even if he wins, you got to put him.
Even if he wins, and then they agreed to get rid of him, then they tried to get Tuchel, they tried to get De Zerbi. Neither of those worked out. Then you flew out to where he was to go get him back. Have a backup plan in place, because you're not going to get rid of him. Have a backup plan in place. That's how I look at it.
Facts. Manchester United, the Cunha thing, we know that they've agreed to pay the release clause 62.5 over 3 seasons, which is good business. Man saying they're considering a move for Eze and Mbeumo. I don't know about Eze. That's news to me now. Mbeumo, I've heard. If we're going to Crystal Palace for anyone, we got to get Adam Wharton, blood. I'm not trying to hear the Eze stuff. I'm a big fan of Eze, but we don't need Eze. Do you know what I'm saying?
Because Cunha will play in that left turn, and Cherky on
Yeah,
him.
bruv. Cunha can play in that left 10. Xerxes plays in that left 10. We don't need a left 10,
plays
bro.
in the left hand also.
Yeah, we don't need a left 10, bro. Like, we need Adam Wharton, blood. If we're gonna go Crystal Palace and we're gonna spend money, because Eze won't be cheap, he'll be at least 60 million. So if we're gonna go to Crystal Palace and spend money, go and get Wharton, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? This thing about this Cherokee release clause, of course, it's not a regular release clause, bro. The fact that man are talking about only 20 million, bro, you know that's bollocks. You know that's bollocks. There's probably some ownership thing or something with Cherokee as well, similar to I remember when Tevez was at United and it was some Bandulu thing where it was
with
like
this West Ham thing.
man had to pay the fucking agent something and this something and that. There's no way you just pay Leon 20 million and you get him. It can never be that straightforward, or else he would have left ages ago. I believe that there's something
Can you put if you start it, can you put the Romano tweet back up? Let me just read that again, please. That is crazy. Man said it's not a regular release clause. What does that mean?
Yeah, that means it's not as simple as triggering the release clause, yeah, and getting the player. You know, it's not.
Way of they Bandulu and release.
Yes, you probably have to. You probably have to agree a fee with the club and then agree something with the players' representatives or something. The overall fee ain't gonna be no 20 million.
That's ridiculous. They said you have to still negotiate with Leon. Dortmund tried to trigger it, but Leon denied the sort. How you trigger a release clause and it gets denied? Yeah, something's up with that.
Yeah, man said, bro, listen, they said your money, you ain't got enough money, man. You know what I'm saying? Man say, no. You get it? So it's just one of them ones where I'm not really, you get me? I'm not really sure about the situation, bro. I'm not really sure about the situation there, but I know it's not straightforward.
Certainly right with that. Certainly right. 100%.
That's it. Man said, hold on, AMORIM on the injured players come back. Me neither didn't expect Xerxes to be back. They've recovered well. They push, of course, we respect the feelings of the players, but they pushed a bit because they want to be a part of the team, and that's really good. You didn't expect him to be back, but at the end of the day, if you know, that you've got a hamstring injury, and you've only got to get back for a specific date, of course, you can do what you need to do. And if you're a professional, you should be doing the extra work anyway behind the scenes, bruv. Do you know what I mean? These men have access to
they've got the best possible, they got the best possible medical team and advice.
They've got all these things, bro. They can sleep in certain things that can help them heal. They can do certain things. They can do the extra physio. These are all the things that Luke Shaw should have been doing for the last 10 years. Do you know what I'm saying? But he had no interest in getting back, bro, because man's getting paid. You know them, and this is the reality. So, like, bro, Xerxes a professional, but bro, at any level, everyone's had a cup final to get fit for at some point, even if it was your school team. You know them ones. Like, everyone's been there, and you always make it, bro. Because psychologically, you're like, bro, even if I'm 15-20%, brother, I'm there, cuz.
It's like you never know when you're going to make your next final. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's it. Thankfully, never, and hopefully it never happens. I've played in a few cup finals, but never been injured for one. But it's like, I'm making it. I'm there. 100%. Even if I'm playing 20 minutes, like, yo, I'm making this.
100%. So it's one of them ones where I'm not really, I'm not surprised that Xerxes put himself into contention. But again, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. The manager was never starting him anyway.
Oh, he won't start. What he'll be an option about off the bench. He could be key off the bench because because we know this manager gonna put out a stupid lineup. Outside of Mano, there's nothing else off the bench. He now gives us an extra option. Let's say it's level, 15 minutes to go. Xerxes could win us the game. He could be the difference in us winning the trophy and not winning the trophy. Same with Mano as well. Ericsson, maybe if it goes to extra time too. You need as many match winners and as much X factor as possible. And he's of quality. You know we weren't started. Yes, 110% we do that. But it's still a positive. That's what it is. Because I didn't think he would play at all. I thought because there was no reports, there was no pictures, there was no videos, and then boom. Man seen it today. My chat told me, yeah, Xerxes traveling. Wait, what? Yeah. He's getting available. All right, good.
Yeah, that man kept that one. That man kept that one quiet. You know the ones because he hasn't been training with the team. He ain't been spotted with the team. So
nothing.
It's great professionalism from him. But you have to think, me knowing football the way I know football, he's probably about. He's no way he's 100%. If he's on the pitch, probably about 50-60%. I reckon. Yeah, if he's on the pitch, he's not running. You know them ones. It's like he can play, but within himself.
Yeah. But that's all one of them to do. be an outlet, control the ball, and lay it off to whoever. Because we see, in,
100%.
for example, the Leon game, the first leg, the impact he had in that. It might
Yeah,
be a similar thing in the final. We need as much quality as possible, and that's where it
100%.
stems from. Like, so
I just
I'm
think, yeah,
very
if
happy
we were
with
a
it.
team that kept the ball better, I think that would be enough, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we don't keep the ball well, and Spurs are a team that run a lot. So I can't lie. It's one of them ones where if you're not mobile against Spurs, I don't think the United can get the best out of you. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we just don't keep the ball well, bro. Who's gonna do that in the midfield for us? So I don't know, innit? I really
That's
don't
ugly,
know.
fam. It's gonna be an ugly performance. That's what I said. I think we'll
Mm.
win the game. Yes, ugly though, but get through it. That's what we have been doing. Actually, I tell a lie. Europa League not as much. There's been times where games have been ugly. I should say. Like the away, like Leon away was ugly for the most part. Sociedad away was ugly for the most part. But in other
Yeah.
games at home where we've actually performed a little bit better, Leon at times even in the home leg was awful. So again, positive. We already know what kind of lineup this manager is going to put out. And one thing you mentioned about Spurs mobility, he's going to put all the runners out there.
He has
I
to.
think
It's
we're
gonna
going
be
to.
a Hoyland.
I reckon it's
It's
Hoyland
gonna be a
Garnacho.
Hoyland and Garnacho still with Bruno.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
reckon he
mean,
plays Bruno in the
and
front?
then Casemiro Ugarte. Like that's what he's been doing.
Oh, so you don't think? Who do you think he starts at wing back? You don't think he starts Dalot?
I think he starts Mazraoui centre back and Dallo and Dorgu as wing back.
Oh, so you don't think he starts Ahmad at all?
I forgot about Ahmad.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Ooh,
Forget about Ahmad. This is
Ahmad's
why I
back.
asked you. Ahmad's back,
Ahmad's
fam. Yeah,
back.
yeah.
Okay, then he drops Garnacho.
You reckon he drops Gunner? I hope so.
Yeah,
I
he
hope
drops
so.
Garnacho. He plays Ahmad and Bruno, and then he plays Cas and Ugarte. He
Bring
plays
me that.
Dallo right wing back, Dorgu left wing back,
Yeah.
Mazraoui right centre back. And I think that team's good enough to beat Spurs.
Yeah, I hope it's that because you're saying Bruno, Ahmad, Hoyland is the three, Casemiro, Agate, Dalot, Dorgu wing backs, and then Euro, Maz, Maguire, and Onana in goal. I think he'll put Bruno in. This is what I think he'll do. I think he'll put Bruno in the pivot with Cas, put Dalot at wing back, and it'll be Ahmad, Garnacho, Hoyland. That's
I
what I
think there's
think.
no way he don't start Ugarte against Spurs, bro. Ugarte is the runner, bro. If he doesn't start Ugarte, that's the most un-Amorim like lineup, bro. Because Ugarte is the god dog blood. Like against all these teams, yeah, he plays him. You know them. I be real, he plays Ugarte, bro.
God, dog, yo.
He plays
I
him.
hope so. But you mentioned that it's the most un-Amorim like thing. But you know what is the most Amorim like thing? To play a stupid lineup. I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man. We're gonna see Ahmad with the Terror Twins up top, man. We'll put Bruno in the pivot with Casemiro.
Yeah, bro, I hear it. I hear it. I
hope
just
I'm
can't
wrong.
see. I can't see Ugarte not starting this one.
I
This is a
hope it
big one.
is.
If he doesn't start Ugarte in the biggest game of the season, it will be very strange because he's been rinsing and repeating the Ugarte
He
thing
has
all
been playing
season.
Agate. He has, he has been. But I think more so, Agate. That's the reason why he's played him so much. Not only is a runner number one, also too because Dalot and Ahmad have been out, and they're two plays regardless. They're two, you know, like you mentioned, Agate being one of his like untouchables. Ahmad plays. If Ahmad's fit, he plays. Dalot's playing. Ahmad's playing. It's just a question of what. So I like Ahmad in the 10 because that gives us, even though I prefer him at wing back, it gives us something in the final third. Now, if you're telling me, like you mentioned, it's Ahmad and Bruno, we now got two players in the final. But just off of volume, Bruno can do something. Then you only got Hoyland. You got Agate and Cass who can run around, clamp people, etc., etc. At least Dalot and Dorgu will offer mobility up and down the wing back rows and be an outlet. So yeah,
I can't lie. The players coming back, like you might say Mount starts. No, not necessarily. I think that Ahmad has to start. So that doesn't mean Mount has to start. Because if it's Ahmad and Mount in the 10 and Bruno in the double pivot, yeah, with Cass, you see what I mean about shoehorning players into teams now? This is the problem. When you've got this stupid system, yeah, now you got to shoehorn players in. Because easily, if you just play the three in the middle, you wouldn't have to do all that. But now you got a shoehorn man in, bro. Because now you're playing Mount as a winger, effectively. Do you know what I'm saying? But Mount's not a winger. Like you don't have playing Mount, Ahmad, and Bruno. Yeah, Ahmad and Bruno and Mount are the same player, just with different strengths. You know them as they're both just runners. One of them slightly better on the ball, and one of them slightly gets more numbers. But they're the same player. There should never be a system where you're playing Bruno and Mount.
even if we were playing a flat back four, they shouldn't play because they just lack quality. Mount should be starting.
But this is the point. If you play a back four, you play Mount or Bruno in the 10.
Yeah.
You don't play them both.
Yeah, and you shouldn't.
Do you know what I'm saying? Or if you wanted to go Mount right wing because you're going super defensive and you want him to do the Fletcher job, cool. But you shouldn't really be playing Mount and Bruno. No. This is my problem with this system. This system don't suit, this system don't suit the players that we have. Like, it really doesn't at all, bro. Especially in a one-off game. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, Mount shouldn't be playing regardless. Like, Mount shouldn't be, despite the system, Mount shouldn't be playing regardless. Don't play Mount. Literally, you got if I can't see him not playing Garnacho, I hope it's not. We know Højlund's playing. I hope.
Well, I'd love for him to drop Garnacho because what I know, Garnacho and Ugarte didn't start the last game.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? But even if you did start Mount, and started Bruno maybe in the 9 or something, in the false 9.
I've already said this. Bruno as the false 9 would be my preference. Is it ideal? No, but it's best. If I would like, I'd go. Personally,
it's ugly. I would drop Ugarte, but the thing is, Man United's framework, we don't keep the ball well enough for us to go into the Tottenham game with Cass and Bruno in the double pivot, because Bruno will vacate the space, bro.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And we know that Cass is not the quickest across the ground, so Cass could end up being left exposed to Tottenham's 3, because I do not trust Bruno to be disciplined enough to not just do the blue ass fly thing and go flying forward.
I think that's what he goes with, though. I think he does go Bruno, Cass, like I said, Ahmad, Garnacho, Højlund. I think that's what he'll run with from a central standpoint. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope it is some form of mix. And if it's Bruno, Ahmad in the 10, I'm just not really trying to see Garnacho in there. That's what I'm getting at. Anybody buy Garnacho in the 10, even if it's because Ahmad played, so it's a question of who. Even if it was Ahmad and Mount, that's better. Because at least
that's way better. I would love to see Ahmad and Mount in there. Do you know what I mean? But again, then you're playing Bruno in the double pivot. Again, I just feel like it's a shoehorn job. Like, this is my problem. Like, I just feel like somehow you're shoehorning somebody into the team, bro. Like, you're shoehorning. Because even Dallo, it's like you're shoehorning Dallo into the team. So now Maz is playing centre back. Maz should play centre back anyway because he's better there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Ahmad should be a wing back.
But there you go. If Ahmad was in the wing back, then the 10s take care of themselves. But then again, in a big game like this, the manager's not going to be brave enough to play Ahmad, who's not a natural defender, at wing back. He'll only do it against weaker sides. Do you get what I'm saying?
So he's going to play.
This is my point. So it's safer to play him in the 10 because you can play a defender at wing back. So again, that comes down to the manager's defensive mindset. I don't see him going into a cup final against a Premier League team with Ahmad at wing back. There's no way he plays him in the 10.
That's the interesting point you make, because we found out a lot. Because we've never seen him in a final. We don't know what he's going to do. We're going to see if he is quote unquote gun shy.
But bro, every game's a final for this guy and he can't win the fucking normal Premier League game.
No. We look at it as a final. For him, it's he's broken. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a final. I think he not that he wants out. That's too strong, but
brother, there was rumors about that he wanted to resign and his people told him not to. Know this bollocks, bro. If he wanted to resign, brother, listen.
Yeah, I don't think he resigns. But what I think would happen, let's say the board came to him and went like, look, this is not working out. We're let's do the mutual agreement thing so we don't have to sack you. I think he'd go for it. I genuinely think he'd go for it. I think it's a put me out of my misery thing. But he's never going to ask for the white
but that's what they should do even if he wins. They should say to him, you know what?
Yes.
Let's do the mutual consent thing and say that you step down.
In an ideal world, yes, that's what should happen. But we know they're not going to do that.
Hold on, brother. What?
Yeah, go on.
Man said the journalist just asked AMORIM why he's not under pressure like Ange, and Bruno suddenly said he is. No, he didn't, bro. Where's the clip? Where's the clip, man? Where's the clip? Don't lie, man.
Man already jokes. Man already bants.
Nah, bro. Listen. Where's the clip, man? Do you know what I mean? Because, bro, Bruno already told us that AMORIM, AMORIM was talking about, you didn't tell me. You know what I mean? About how these other teams be slapping him up. Bro, listen, Bruno knows this guy ain't cut out. He ain't cut out for this job, bro. I'll be real.
Bruno didn't say this jokingly before a final.
He knows, bro. You know them ones there, bro. You see when man say this shit in jest, he knows. I need the video evidence though.
Yeah, I read that. But yeah, like that's what it is with the manager in regards to it. In the ideal world, yes, but we're not dealing with the ideal world. You know what I'm saying? Ogden reported that Barada and Ratcliffe stopped him. See, let's say hypothetically this is true, even though I don't believe it. Why?
Exactly.
Why? What this?
Yeah, because they ain't got no backup plan
Yeah.
until the summer. You know the way there. This is why.
But even let's say it is true. Even outside of him saying that, he said that without saying it. And just look at him. Look at what he says publicly. So, you know, privately, it's probably worse and even more telling in regards to reading between the lines without him saying, yes, I am not cut out for the job. I want to leave. Like, yo, just someone be the adult in the room, please.
Yeah.
Somebody. Because I can watch his interviews and go, yo, he's drowning. Help him. Throw him a rope. You know what I'm saying? Throw him a lilo or something. Throw him the donut. You know what I'm saying? Like, do something.
Yeah, this is crazy work. Man said, is he grateful he's not under the same pressure as Ange? A man said he is, bro. It's facts. How do you mean same pressure as Ange? You're under more pressure than Ange. Because this is Man United, bro. Like, Tottenham don't win trophies. So if Tottenham don't win another trophy, everyone's like, oh, Spursy, bro. If we don't win to Spurs, it's rare. Look at our season. And we lost to Spurs, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we know that Ange is leaving regardless. That's the general consensus. Like whether Ange wins or loses. Like if we knew AMORIM was leaving regardless of the victory, regardless of winning or losing the final, he'd be under less pressure because it's like you're on the way out. It's because it is unknown. There's so many question marks about it. Like reports coming out saying Barada and Ratcliffe had to stop man from resigning. That's crazy. I don't know how reliable Matt Ogden is, but that is mad. I've never heard of that before, but you can clearly see that without that, whether we don't know for sure whether that's true or not, everything is telling you this manager's out of his depth. He's not making it till 2026. Have the backup plan in place. They need to have the interim manager in place, whoever that is, and then they need to have the manager for the 26-27 season in their mind. They need to have those two things locked in. The interim manager is much easier to do. Just go get Rude again. Go get Rude again. Whenever this manager gets sacked, depending on fixture list, whether it's October, November, you go get Rude, and then that gives you ample enough time to go and get the permanent manager. You can have some names in place, but then once it reaches that time, October, November, it's like, all right, we can go and approach whoever it is we're going to go and approach. But yeah.
That's crazy, you know. That's it. So now, bro, I can't lie.
Funny, big up as well.
Bruno's funny still. You know what I mean? That's what he's saying. But brother, he's 100% under pressure. This is what man needs to understand. He's under some serious fucking pressure, bro. He is. He has to win, bro. He has to win AMORIM. And even if he does win, it's not good enough, bro. You know them ones. I remember Kobe said last season. Remember when they asked him, does the FA Cup make up for the season? He said no.
No, because it don't. Because we shouldn't be. Because you're in 4 competitions, and across all 4 competitions is where you gauge how you've done. We've done absolutely horrendous in the Premier League, which is numero uno. Europa League done very well. FA Cup, same, not too good. Carabao Cup, not too good. And then outside of just the individual competitions, how have we performed? The performances have been dreadful. The results have been dreadful. The individual
But this is the worst thing about AMORIM. The thing is, the reason why I refuse, to give this manager time is exactly that. What's that? The performances have been shit. Like, bro, like if the performances were good, but I thought it was lack of player quality why we weren't winning games.
Yes.
And the football was great, but they were getting into positions and then the final pass wasn't good or the finishing wasn't good. Then I could say, you know what? I could see what he's building, the framework. Just give him better players. This guy picks the wrong lineups. The football's diabolical. The substitutions, bro, we need a goal. He's bringing on 2 centre-backs. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the Bray doesn't show any variety in his substitutions, bro. Like, never have I ever seen, never ever seen we need a goal and he says, you know what? I'm going to take a player off, do this, do that. No, nothing. It's, do you know what I mean? The most fucking expansive he got was I'll put Maguire up front.
Leon, that was the most game where it was kind of like, all right, he's just going to through Maguire forward, put on Mano, and then we kind of just went for it and ended up scoring the 3 goals. But like you mentioned there, it's the performances that I look at, man. The performances that you,
the manner of everything's embarrassing, my brother.
Yeah, and you've gone backwards from the start. Because what I liked about you at the start is I always references the Manchester derby where you dropped Rashford and you dropped Garnacho. That's a statement of intent. Hey, poor performances will not be tolerated here. We didn't see Rashford again. Garnacho didn't start the next 4 games. So I'm like, okay, carry on like this. Despite the results after the Manchester derby being poor, I liked the principles you are setting in where poor performances will not be tolerated. But then you've just done a complete 180. And now players will perform poorly for weeks upon, not months upon months upon months. And you don't change it. Who's the last player who got dropped? You don't drop anybody for poor performances. And then on top of not dropping anybody, you don't even experiment. If our results were exactly the same and our performances were this shoddy, but he had experimented, I'd give him more leeway. I'd go,
bro,
hey,
that's it. Why haven't we
seen
Xerxes and Højlund together?
Try
Why have we not seen it, bro? We saw Højlund and Maguire before Xerxes and Højlund, bro. Do you know how crazy that is?
And that's another thing, because he switched it up, because we seen it where we played like the 3 false 9s when we beat Everton, and we never seen it again. Where it was Bruno, Xerxes, Rashford, and we ended up battering Everton 4-0 at OT. We just not seeing a mix. Why is it taking us so long to see a mass? Why did it take us so long to see Casemiro with Agate? Try Casemiro with a youth player in the pivot. Try Bruno with a youth player in the pivot.
Yeah, why have we not seen anything of Kone, but we've seen Fredrickson?
That's what I'm saying. And we didn't see Fredrickson until right at the back end. Why have we not seen? Why did it take so long to see Heaven?
But I guess like we saw Heaven when Lissandro got injured. But
if Martinez hadn't got injured, would we have seen Heaven? Probably not.
And you know what the mad thing is? I don't mind the limited minutes for Cheeto, yeah. But why is Rasmus getting so many minutes? Why haven't you tried someone else in that 9 all this time?
Try Bruno there.
Try someone else.
Try Bruno there. Let's see how it goes.
You played there for 1 game, or was it even a whole game? I don't think it was. It was like 1/2 or something.
Yeah, you played him there for just that one matchup. But try Bruno there. Try Cheeto there. You know what? Try Cheeto with Xerxes. Let's see what happens. Put Bruno and have Mount and Mano as the 10s. What I'm talking about is experiment.
Try different things, different combinations.
Dalot's been struggling at right wing back. Hey, you know what? Try Garnacho there. Let's see how it goes. Try a master. But there's been no variation whatsoever. And you've continued to put out the same dusty lineups and expecting different results and then looking stressed. That's why there is no defense. Like I said, he's not making it to the summer of 2026. So the board just need to make sure they have a plan in place. That
but bro, man can say he's exposing Rasmus. Yeah, you expose him by not playing him, bro. We've seen him already last season. Like, you don't need to play a guy to expose him. You could say, yo, he's not good enough. I'm not playing him. Like, he's been showing his ass the whole time. Anyway, we know that Rasmus ain't good, bro. Last season, that's what this season, he's having an even worse season. You don't need to keep playing someone to prove a point whilst losing games. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make no sense, bro. We're losing games.
Yeah, and that's it. Like,
you're sacrificing what? You're sacrificing results and team morale. What, to make a point? You was gonna get your striker in the summer anyway. What are we talking about, bro? Wilcox didn't like him last season.
And even on top of all this as well, if let's say this is the case, this is true, even though I don't agree with it. The point has been made. The point has been, he's been exposed. We know how bad Højlund is. It don't take 25, 30 games to show it. Just look at his record. 5 games is enough.
This is what I'm saying.
That's why I don't agree with it. I don't think he's trying
to. Oh, man saying he's putting him in the shop window. How?
No, he's not.
If I had a fucking PS4, yeah, if I had a PS5, yeah, that didn't work, yeah, would I show you, if I was trying to sell it to you, man, would I sit here on my live stream trying to play the PS5 when I know it don't work? Or would I just not show it to you like in the box, blood, and say, yeah, who wants it?
Facts.
Now, what are you talking about? The man said short window. I'll leave it in the box and say, yo, man, I got a PS5 in the box. Barely use it. Who wants it? Do you know what am I doing? Trying to set it up and the thing's not working, bruv. Like, what are we talking about? Do you know what I mean? That shot window. Brother, you're making sure that nobody wants him now. That's what you're doing.
You've exposed
what is he showing?
Right. Because what you can do to get the most out of him is bring him off the bench. Limit his minutes.
Brother, players look better off the bench, bro. They look better off the bench.
Limit his minute. You know what you do? You limit his minute. It's like when a girl on Instagram who's big. There's a reason she always takes photos from above, man. You gotta be smart. Angles, you gotta limit the angles, man. You gotta limit the angles, yeah. That's what you have to do.
That man always do the CCTV angles, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want you to see nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what they do because they
That's what
don't
you
want
got to
man
do
to
with
know.
Holland. That's exactly what you got to do with Holland. Limit
No,
his
it's
minutes,
crazy.
10, 15 minutes off the bench against tired defenders. He might nick a goal or two. It's like, you know what? He's all right. That's what you have to do.
This is what I'm saying. You bring him off the bench, he nicks a goal, and then you got the impact sub gas. You know them ones there, like what happened with Mount. Man brought a Mount. Mount scored a couple goals in it.
It's what we initially did with Garnacho. Off the bench, he looked half decent. And then you know what we did? Played him for 30 games in a row. And then we realized, hey, you know what? This guy ain't got nothing to his game.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And this is it.
Man.
So you don't need to be playing this guy. This guy's a fucking fraud, mate. You know what I mean? And the more you play him, the more you diminish his value.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what you need to do.
So people need to stop with this stuff. Like there's absolutely no excuse for this manager to be playing Rasmus Højlund as much as he plays him, bro. Like point proven a long time ago, my bro. Like what are we doing here now?
Months ago. It was proven before the year's out. It's the 20th of May. We're almost 6 months into the year. We're closing in on 6. Point has been proven, man. Point has been proven a long time ago. Don't need any more, man. We know he's dreadful. Now, like you said, you're sacrificing results, team morale, and potentially your job for what? Potential transfer targets for what? Like, what are you doing? Extra money for what? Or to let him know. If that's the case, the board want you to fail anyway. You shouldn't have to do that. Leave.
Yeah.
What kind of work you have to, rather than telling the people you work for how bad the tools are that you have to show them how bad they are. What kind of institution are you running? That wouldn't happen anywhere else. Nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah. Big up. First, he said, "Where you man with the Jokeres with the lap stuff? I know Rants prefers the lap. What about Flawless? You know what? It's not that simple. Well, I think the lap's a better footballer than Jokeres. However, I always speak about the intangibles in football. Yeah. If you bring in like say Jokeres, Cunha, and Mbeumo, yeah, just away from the actual football, yeah, the intangibles is that's a scary front three. That's what the intangibles are, because the Premier League will be looking at that. Defenders will come up against that front three and they're like, right, Jokeres has scored 1 million goals this season, yeah. Cunha scored a bag of goals and Mbeumo scored a bag of goals. Even if the three have zero chemistry, yeah, defenders are shitting their pants, bro, when they look at that. Do you know what I'm saying? This is the point. I think that Delap is a better footballer than Jokeres, but he ain't got the fear factor that Jokeres has got. He doesn't. He can't, because Jokeres has scored bare goals. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, bro, it's just like when man speak about Osimhen. I don't think Osimhen's a great footballer, but he's got a name and a reputation that he's built over a few seasons where man are actually scared of him now. So it's one of them ones where his name carries weight almost past his ability. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Kind of like the reputation precedes the
precisely. This is what I'm trying to say. And the same with like a Ryan Cherky. If you get Ryan Cherky, Cunha, and Jokeres, again, that's mental. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mental, because Jokeres' name, is just synonymous with goals right now. So even if he plays well or he doesn't play well, if you're a centre back, you're like, fuck, I have to deal with this guy today.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. So he is one of the few strikers in this generation right now that there's a genuine fear factor about him scoring goals, similar to what Lewandowski had, but just not at the same level. You know what I mean? He's not the same level as Lewandowski, anywhere near it. But I'm just talking about more goals than games. But then again, that fucker at Liverpool had that last season.
He did have that.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? This is the only problem. Nunes had the same aura when he got here. Do you know what I'm saying? And now it's gone. Do you know what I'm saying? So that nothing is a given, bro. And this is the thing. Like, I like Jokeres, in terms of his numbers. But when I watch him play football, there's nothing about his game that I find incredible. He's just like, he's a good, robust athlete. You know what I'm saying? And he takes his chances as well. That's it. Like, do you know what I mean? He's physical and he scores goals, which is nice. Do you know what I'm saying? But so is Darwin. Do you get what I'm saying?
So Nunes messed it up for everybody, man. That's what I
hear it, bro. I'll be real, yeah. When I watched Nunes comps, you don't remember, because we were linked with Nunes. I didn't want him. I smoked a cigar when he signed for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Because I was like, this guy's fucking awful.
Yeah,
But
Nunes did mess it up.
he scored some goals though. Like when you actually look, if you just looked at his comps and you only looked at goals and you didn't look at build-up play, you'll be like, this guy's scoring bare goals. But how I felt watching Nunes is how I feel watching Osimhen. Do you get it?
Yeah, Osimhen, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
they're both donkeys that score goals, innit? I wouldn't say that Gyökeres is a donkey though. He's not. He's a less elegant version, yeah. He's a less elegant version of kind of what Lewandowski's doing. If Lewandowski gets the ball in the box, he's gonna score, innit? Like,
absolutely.
It's one of them ones. But he's not as elegant, like technically in receiving the ball. Everything looks a bit scruffy, but the geezer knows where the goal is, innit? So I do like him as a player, but he's not a preference of mine just because of the kind of players I like. But that's not to say, yeah, that he doesn't do well if we get him. He does well. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. Go on, carry on.
He does well. He does well, but I've never hidden, I've never hidden the kind of players that I have a preference for. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you offer me Mateta and you offer me Gyökeres, I want Mateta.
Yeah, because that's your
preference. I think Mateta's a better footballer. Like, even when you look at Mateta's the part he had to play in the goal that won the cup, Gyökeres ain't doing that.
It was well played. True.
He's not doing that. The first touch with the ball fizzed into him, popping it off, spinning it off, getting it back, laying it off again. Gyökeres ain't doing that. Gyökeres get the ball, turn, drive with it. Do you know what I mean? He's not the same kind of player. He's not really going to do the intricate things, innit? And I like players that have a bit of intricacy to their game, innit? I think Gyökeres is very, very basic, but what he does very well.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And that's just it.
No, so, that's very fair.
If we end up getting him, cool. Do you know what I'm saying?
You're good with it.
But don't fucking come here just because Ruben's here, because he won't be here long, mate. So
he's not, and that shouldn't be the case. Here, the thing is with Gyökeres, I do like the Gyökeres signing. I like the idea of Gyökeres because one thing he will do: one, mobile, 110%, tireless for defenders, constant nuisance. He's gonna stretch backlines, which causes more space for a Konya, a Cherky, whoever the 10s are as well. Another thing I like about him as well is he's been here before. Yes, he's not been in the Premier League, but he's been in the Championship and scored goals. So I'm not concerned about him getting acclimatized to the country or the league, even though it's a step up. I'm just looking at his numbers here in the Championship. He got 17 and 45 for Coventry. Then he got 21 and 46 as well. Those things I like. Then he obviously had the two.
Not bad. It's just under 1 and 2. It's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. I don't know what Coventry were doing at those times. I have to look in regards to. I'm going to check it in a second.
I think they got into play one of them seasons, bro. Because I remember their team, and he was in the team, but there was a few men that were out on loan there, I think, that are playing in the Prem now that was in that Coventry team. I think they had a decent team one of the years, bro. But under 1 and 2 in the Championship, it's not great, but it's not shit. Like, do you know what I mean? But 1 and 2 Championship, it's not Ivan Toney. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
So one season, I'm just looking here. So 21-22, when he got 17 and 45, they finished 12th in the league. They finished 12th, and then the following season, so having a look right now. 22,
they got to the playoffs.
Yeah, they finished 5th. Yeah. You're right. They finished 5th.
The playoff team. They had some there, bro.
1 second. I have to pull this up. 22, 23 playoffs. 1 second. Bear with me.
Yeah.
So, Championship playoffs. Yeah. When they played Luton and they lost on penalties. So their team, their lineup. I don't know these guys. Wilson in goal. McNally, McFadzine, Doyle, Norton, Coffey, Kelly, Sheaf, Hamer, Bidwell, Allen, and Gyökeres. That was the team he was in. Wait, is that Joe Allen? Oh no,
bro,
it's Jamie Allen.
No, a different Allen, bro. But I think I seen Coventry. Maybe it was the season before, but I seen that they had a few men. They had a few men on loan or whatever that they had a few men on loan that are in the Prem at the moment. Coventry have had some decent players, but Gyökeres, like Gyökeres, less than 1 and 2 in the Championship in both seasons. People were talking like he done the mad thing. Exactly. Mitro scored 45 in the Championship. I think Ivan Toney, did nearly 40 or something.
Yeah, Mitrovic did all right in the Prem.
Mitro done well in the Prem, but what I'm saying is, he went from the Championship, mashed up the Portuguese league, and people are going on like he done madness in the champ, but he didn't. Like, do you know what I'm saying? His Championship record's decent, but it's modest. But 14 goals in the Championship is not great. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not
17,
really.
yeah, 17 and 45, and then 21 and 46. They were his 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's all right, but it's not like, oh shit, he batted up the championship. He like he putting up David Nugent numbers. You know them ones there, like maybe not even David Nugent numbers. I can't lie. I think Nugent done better.
They're
Do you
decent.
get what I'm?
Yeah, I fully get what you're saying. I don't look at them championship numbers and go, "Oh, they were incredible. He did well."
Those are not scary, bro. Those are not scary numbers.
43 and 44 is crazy. And then he did 26.
Those are not scary numbers. So this is my these are my reservations. I get that he's mashing work, and people say, "Oh, Rants, but the Champions League, brother, who cares, man?" Do you know what I'm saying? Like, who cares, man? I'll be honest. Like, man, I said he did well in the Champions League, but it's like it's a game of football. If you're a physical player and you're playing in Europe, you're gonna get goals in Europe, bro. Look what Man United have done in Europe, and we're 16th in the league, bro.
Yeah, the Europa League is
you know what I'm saying? But the physicality is what gets us over the line against a lot of these teams.
Right. And another thing as well about Gyökeres as well, to me, key is price point. That's what it is. I wouldn't want to go and spend big money on him. If you're telling me,
remember Rasmus in the Champions League?
Yeah, he had 5 goals. Yeah,
the first season, bro, he ran from the halfway line, dinked the keeper, and man thought that we had a player there. Yeah, and then even in the Europa League as well, Rasmus, everyone was talking about, but his goals in Europe. That was the only tournament he could fucking score in. You know
and they dried up because I don't think he scored.
Bro, don't get twanked by the Champions League record of Gyökeres. I'm not interested in the Champions League record, and I'm not interested in that fucking, you get me, the Liga Nando's record as well, because that Portuguese league is weak, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, him scoring there is no different to Gyökeres scoring in Turkey, blood. It's all the same.
Oh, you mean Osimhen in Turkey?
I mean Osimhen scoring in Turkey. It's all the same.
Yeah, that's what it is. With Gyökeres, it is. I do like his profile. I think he would score goals here. I think the front threes that you mentioned there would be very, very good for us. And I think we get assists, score goals, etc., etc. Price point for me with Gyökeres. That's where I'm at with it. Don't go splash 80, 90, or 100 M's on him. If you're telling me he's 60 million or less, I'm with it. That's where I'm at with Gyökeres.
So if they're saying 50 million, for Gyökeres, cool. I'll take Gyökeres for 50 million. But I'm not expecting him to come to Man United and score like 25 goals like people are saying that he can do. I don't believe he's that kind of player. From what I've seen of him, at a higher level, he's not going to be able to consistently score like that. I can't see it, bro. Like, not in the Prem. I just don't see it.
Run me 50. If he can get 15, I go, all right, cool.
Yeah, facts. Hey, 15 goals in the Prem is a great return, you know.
I think with Cunha, I think he could get 15 as well. And then whoever the left hand is, let's say.
The thing is with Man United, we just don't create enough chances for me to think that we can have multiple players on 15 goals. 1 second.
But this, all good, do your thing. But as Rants was saying, I mentioned this when he gets back as well, with about players scoring and players creating. This is why we need all 3 of them. This is why it can't just be Cunha. It can't be just Gyökeres or just Osimhen or just Delap or just Mbeumo. It has to be multiple. Add in the central midfield problems we have as well. Wing back, I think with Ahmad there, because he will play wing back under this manager, we have enough going forward as well. Let me see what you lot are saying in the comments before Rants gets back as well. Liga Nando's is hilarious. This guy is a madman. But Gyökeres, I would take 15, 100%. If he got 15, Cunha got 15, and let's say Mbeumo got 10. I like that. That is, how many goals have we scored? Wait, we ain't even scored that many goals in the Prem this season. I just mentioned there, what, 40? Yeah, that's 40. Have we even got 40 goals? Hold up, whoa. So already we've matched our whole team with just those 4. Sorry, I tell a lie, people. We got 42. So we've also matched it. Then I think Ahmad could pitch in with goals. The central midfielder will pitch in with some goals. Bruno would, Cass would. And then we'd had enough. It's rolled to about, I don't know, maybe 60 goals, 65 goals. We should definitely strengthen the central midfield area. I was just saying, Rants, as well, but as you was going when you was talking about us, our lack of creating. That's why it's so important not to only get those 3 players, so get a
new manager as well. I hear you, Flawless.
I didn't say that.
Hey, bro, get a new manager as well, bro. You know why? Because, bro, he ain't laid the framework, bro. Like, bro, we're not creating chances, bro.
I didn't say all that, yo.
Brother, if we was creating chances with these players and we wasn't scoring them, then it would make sense. But we're not even creating chances. Get a new gaffer as well, mate.
We do need a new gaffer, but what I'm saying is that let's say it is Gyökeres, Cunha, and Mbeumo. I trust those 3 alone to create for themselves.
So do I.
Yes, we need improvement. So that's where the goals will come from. No, we need to sack him, but he's not going to get sacked. So what we have to do is bring in talented players to just override the manager. That's what we have to do.
But
Where they
I
just perform.
I would go one further and say,
Go
you bring in attacking players,
on.
and then you bring in a tactically competent manager to set us up well defensively, because we can see too many goals. This manager's not the one to do it. Go get Thomas Frank, bro.
Right.
You give these players to a Thomas Frank or to what's the Newcastle manager, Eddie Howe. You give
competent.
These are the kind of players you do. You go and you get a manager that's going to set you up tactically very well, and then you just give them ballers, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's what happened with Allardyce at Bolton. He got these men to fucking Europe, bro, because he set them up defensively well, and then you got JJ and them man doing their own thing, bro. You're cool.
And that's where we're at. It's not where I wanted to go, but it's
we're
where,
not set up well.
The situation we're in is where we have to go. So that's
we're
where
not set up well, bro.
It will happen. They just got to have the backup plan in place, because we know the manager's not making it. So bring in the talented players, which it seems we're doing. You bring in the talented players, and then you see where we land in regards to it, because they're going to win games by themselves. If it is, let's say it is Cherki, Cunha, and Delap. Oh no, Cherki, Cunha, since we were talking about him, Gyökeres. That's a front three that's going to score goals regardless.
Yeah, Cherki, Cunha, Gyökeres is
disgusting. They gonna score goals. So that's where I'm at with it. Go get a central midfielder to help out. We've already spoke. Go get a powerhouse in there, or some. Actually, we need two. But go get a ball playing midfielder that can go play in there. Press resistant.
Bro,
play
get
through the
fucking Adam Wharton, brother. I'm telling you, if you need to drop 80 mil on Wharton, drop the 80 mil, bro, in installments, bro. I don't care.
We do need midfielders.
I know people are gonna say there's loads of different players, but I want that one though.
You know them ones.
There's different ballers that can do. Yeah, there is, but I want Wharton though. You know them ones. The same way I wanted Michael Carrick, bro. Go get me Wharton, bro. I don't care. There might be other players that are cheaper and all these. Yeah, that's great, innit? But that's the player I want, because I said last season, I said last season that we needed to address that area. We didn't fucking do it. We went and signed Ugarte, and we let the midfielder we should have signed end up at Fulham, bro. And this is what we do. Yeah, this is what we do. We keep overlooking, like specific profiles. Profiles are important. We always said, that in order to recruit the right way for the team, you don't pick players, you pick profiles. Absolutely. Wharton is a very rare profile in the modern game, bro. Like, he breaks up play, and he's also someone that can control the tempo in games. There's not
someone
really
who passes the ball through the line.
He's a tempo player, bro. He's cold. Do you know what I mean? He's cold, man. So man, it's just one of them ones, man. It'll be super interesting to see what kind of midfielder we target, because we've only really been linked with Edison. We haven't been linked with no one else. I've seen that Angels said that he's leaving Lille. So boy, I need to do some investigations now to find out what's going on. Do you know what I'm saying? But realistically, the only midfielder we've been linked with is Edison.
Do you think so? 100%.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. I'm a big fan of Believer, but I think he would cost too much. But go get me that profile. I'm a big fan. So Believer's not the only believer out there. So therefore, go and get someone like that. But to me, we need both. We don't only need someone you mentioned there who's a tempo setter who can pass the ball through the lines as well. I think we need someone who can carry the ball. Go get me someone who's press resistant. The ball gets rolled into them and they can just roll a man. You know what I'm saying? They can spin and roll a man. That's what it is. Don't necessarily have to be able to carry the ball like a Morgan Rogers, for example, but at the Young type or a Pedri type in regards to the press resistant side of things. Next, alongside someone who's a tempo setter. But one of them got to be a powerhouse. One of them got to have just raw athleticism and be super mobile. Because we can't be lightweight in there, especially playing this in the Premier League. You cannot be lightweight. No. But we'll see with Edison.
That's what I mean. Now Edison's a good player, but then if you sign Edison, why did you sign Ugarte? That's my problem. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd love to know who was responsible for the Ugarte signing. People talk about Wilcox. I don't believe Wilcox would want an Ugarte, bro. From the kind of players that Wilcox likes, I can't see Ugarte being a Wilcox signing. I can't see it. Personally, I can't see it. Like, he likes technical players. He does. And he's got an English bias. No, Ten Hag didn't want him.
Ten Hag won, so he wasn't.
Ten Hag didn't want him, bro. So some people are saying Ashworth, but bro, you get me?
Somebody.
I can't see Wilcox winning Ugarte, bro. Like, it just doesn't make sense, bro. Like, even also, there was even some rumors that maybe it was it was even agent related as well, bro. I don't even know his agent. Hopefully his agent is not what's his
what in
name?
regards
The
to his agent
Portuguese brother.
gets broken off a piece of the pie if the deal
Yeah,
went
because
through.
sometimes, bro, you know them ones. It's just like Chelsea ended up with Joao Joao Felix, yeah, and the manager didn't want him, but it was a kind of a deal that they done with the agent, bro. Do you know what I mean? To get Neto as well, because him and Neto got the same agent, you know them ones. So it was kind of like, you could take my man, but I can get you my man, but you got to take my man as well. Kind of just them dead things there, bro. Ugarte thing looks like it looks like it was an under the table thing. You get me? Because Ugarte sign is not making sense.
Somebody responsible for it anyway. Who that is, I don't know.
You know
I don't think
saying?
talented players will override idiocy. Cunha is versatile. To me, that means Amorim will take 5 months.
Yeah, that's it. Mendes for us getting Lenny Euro, because we signed Lenny Euro. It's probably seems like one of those ones.
Was one of those.
I didn't realize that Lenny Euro was Mendes, because if he is, then 100% it was something to do with that.
Oh, you reckon it was that? It was like, all right, sign Euro, but Ugarte is that type of thing. Well, someone's responsible. And
I think Ugarte was brought in before Vivell came in, guys. I could be wrong, but I feel like we were chasing him before Vivell came in. I don't think Vivell had anything to do with it, but it sounds like a Buki Mendes thing.
It was somebody. It was. And in regards to it, I'm just talking about, when I talk about the quality to the super chat, the quality of the players overriding the manager's idiocy is just winning 3-4 more games that we wouldn't have won, not being in this scenario. Like, if you bring him them players now, we're in a better situation, even though it's not good enough. We're probably around where Ten Hag is or just below. That's where we're at. So bring in better players, because we know this manager ain't going to be here. So the question of bringing quality and let the interim, if it is an interim, and whoever the next guy is, have a better situation to walk into than Amorim. Make sure it's a better situation. Don't Amorim the next manager. I'll keep mentioning that.
But the thing is, it's like, when I say don't Amorim the next manager, bro, I feel like Amorim hasn't even been dealt that bad a hand when you look at what some of the other managers have had to deal with. You know them ones. Like, I'll be real, Amorim knew what he was coming into. Like, nothing was hidden from him. And he decided to get rid of players he didn't have to get rid of, bro. And they've all done all right. You know what I mean? Malacia won a league. Anthony is in a final. Do you know what I mean? Anthony's in a final. And Rashford, even though he only got to, I think, a quarterfinals and that, he's been starting at Villa most recently. I think also because the manager's beefing Watkins for whatever reason. But the point is, like, no one's really gone away and disgraced themselves. They've all shown that they could have done something here and more than what fucking Rasmus and Garnacho have done, because they've all outperformed Rasmus and Garnacho.
Because they're better players. And when I say though, I'm the next guy in regards to one, like, he definitely knew the situation he was walking into. I think he has been taken aback by how poor the quality is. I didn't think he expected it this bad, and that's why I don't abide by the whole, we brought him in at this point. That's on everybody. Amorim knew what was going on. The board was going in and knew what was going on. He just walked into a horrible platform, because even these players at their best, I wanted them gone when I say that. Even the best Højlund, the best Garnacho, the best Delon, this team at its best. Look at how we was talking at the start of the season. I don't only speak for myself, but I was saying 7th at best. That's what I was saying. I think this team at its very best, I was saying 7th at best, and we'll be as close to 8th. Obviously, we're way off that now. So when I say don't Amorim the next guy in regards to give him the best possible platform to succeed in a terrible situation, as Amorim came in and done absolute nonsense and took us from worse to diabolical, absolutely. But make sure the next one is well more thought out. We can't be here this time next season talking about the same thing.
No, you're right.
And I'm very, very worried that we will be. I'm very concerned that we will be. That they do the exact same thing now. I mean, that's going on now is happening next year with whoever the next guy. Let's say it's Bob. We just use the manager. Bob's here next season as the manager, and we're talking the same. Hey, we need to get rid of him. He's taken us worse than Amorim. I'm telling you, man, I don't trust it. I'm very skeptical. Very, very concerned about it.
I hear it, bro. Like, I don't see how this turns around, innit? So I completely hear you. Man said that you said a man them talk that even Amorim's not using Ugarte. Well, he's not. Ugarte is better suited for me, in a 3 in midfield, because he's just a ball winner. That's all he is, bro. So you still need a ball progressor next to him, and in that midfield, you also need a box crasher.
Yeah,
you need.
We know what Ugarte offers.
You know what I'm saying? Ugarte just wins the ball, bro. So he's almost a waste of a player. You know what I
And
mean? Because you can get someone that can win the ball and pass like Casemiro, then you don't need a guy.
And that's the thing is with Agate, my biggest issue with him is not only the profile, my biggest issue with him was the price point. We didn't have to spend that much money on him because he has his uses. Should he be starting week in, week out? No. We've seen the best Agate when we're playing against teams when we don't have the ball. When we played away at Liverpool, when we played away at Arsenal, when we played away at Manchester City, that's the games for him. Off the bench, if you're leading for 15 to 20 minutes, that's his role. Where it shouldn't have been 50 million, it should have been half that. 25 million, 20 million. That's where my major issue lies with the Agate signing. Price point. And that's something they actually have done well, is value for money. That's why I mentioned it with the Gyökeres deal as well. Get value for money. Are you getting me my money's worth or more out of the transfer fees for these players? And for the most part, outside Agate, they have. That's why I don't mind Agate like that. He just shouldn't be starting week in, week out. Don't need him. Week in, week out.
He's a squad player, bro. Like if we look past how much he costs, yeah, he's a squad player.
He's a squad player. Go win
no
the ball.
problem.
Go be doggy. That's what we need you for.
100%.
We're in the Champions League and we're playing away at Real Madrid. Agate, your time. You're going to be needed because we're not going to have the ball, or away at Barcelona, or away to Bayern Munich, or maybe even at home to any of the sides I just mentioned. That's how I look at it.
100%. I shout Abdiaziz, bro. Like, bro, listen, I like all these managers, but it's one of them ones where I'm of the opposite thinking to you now. After seeing AMORIM, yeah, like I don't want another one of these managers at Man United, like these system managers, bro. Like the Zerbis and stuff like that, bro. Like, brother, I'd rather have a flexible manager at Man United because, bro, I need a manager that can just get these players to win games, bro. You know them ones. I'll be honest, bro. Like, this is where I am right now. As much as I love the idea of the football that we'd play under the Zerbi and it's pretty and all that. What Frank's done at Brentford and the amount of goals they've scored, I would take an efficient team, yeah, over a team that plays pretty football. Because I think that if we sign the right players, we're going to play decent football anyway. If you give man Cherky, Cunha, and fucking, I don't know, Gyökeres or Delap, yeah, you can't tell me it's not going to improve man's football. You know what I mean? And you add Ahmad to that, Xerxes to that, like, you're going to play good football anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for me, I need someone that's tactically flexible. Even Glasner as well. Like, he fits into that as well. Iraola, I've only ever seen him play a certain brand of football under Bournemouth, so I don't know how adaptable he is. I don't know if he's only got one way of playing. I don't know enough. But De Zerbi, I know De Zerbi's football and I love it. But, bro, like, the way we're rebuilding this squad, yeah, the way we're rebuilding the squad, yeah, man don't want another AMORIM Mark II, blood. Like, man don't want that. Even though I think De Zerbi's a much better coach, but it's like, I'm just not in a point where I could take risks anymore.
And that's the point I'm making when I say, though, AMORIM the next guy. That's why the appointment got to be key. Yeah. Again, they got to be paying strict attention to detail. They got to be meticulous with their approach in regards to who it is. But yeah, Bassuma's a good player. I rated Basuma. I rated him when he was at Brighton. I'm a fan. He's not really hit the heights I expected at Spurs, but you're a good player.
Big up Gunner in the chat, bro. Listen, hey, Max Allegri's cooked. I can't lie. You know them one.
He's cooked. Guy?
I don't know this last guy. I mean, I like Maurizio Sarri. I think Maurizio Sarri were playing some great football. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones that he said, I've been following Marseille all season. The fans are frustrated. Of course they are. Do you know what I'm saying? I think De Zerbi's another Postecoglou. You know them ones. And it's one of them ones where I like Ange as well. I like Ange, but the difference is Ange is an Aussie, so he's easier to kind of to understand. For me, being born in England, like his culture and the way he is and how he thinks, and I can more understand it. Like, my man De Zerbi's Italian, bro. And you know when them Italian man lose their head, everything's gone with it. Everything's gone with it. You know the ones, and I just, bro, after what I've been through with this AMORIM, yeah, I don't know if I could handle De Zerbi next, bro. I can't lie. I wanted De Zerbi instead of him. But
you did want De Zerbi initially, yes.
Now AMORIM's come and failed. Just give me Thomas Frank, bro. Like no stress. You get me?
You're just looking for a more steady Eddie. Like, I know what I'm getting.
Come in, do a good job. You know what he's gonna do. He's not gonna fall out with no players. Like, it's just gonna be calm. Do you see what I mean? It's just going to be a nice transition, bro. Like the players are just going to go and play football.
Well, that's it.
And this is what it is. De Zerbi coming in after my man as well. Now you have to learn another fucking magical way to play the game. Nah, bro. Fuck the magic. Let's just go back to basic football. Do you know what I'm saying?
Man said F it, man. They say Harry Potter, man. F Hogwarts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Let's
bro.
just get back to play
Let's go
football.
back to basic football, my brother. Do you get what I'm saying? Because like I see, yeah. Have you seen the thing of Sean Dash? He's commentating, I think, on the Crystal Palace game before the goal goes in. And Sean Dash is just talking about, yo, like, look how aggressive they're pressing. Yeah, can we just kick the ball long? Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they said. And it's like, bro, they literally played it straight into the target, man. Yeah. And they fucking scored straight off it. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, it's one of them things where Sean Dash knows, bro. Like, it's like, get the ball into the striker, mate. You know,
because they're gonna win you the game. Like that's what he was saying, talking about. I seen him when he was talking about Trippier, and he was talking about the lofted ball, and he's like, "Oh, academy players I've got, or Premier League ballers have got," and it's like only pass the ball 10 yards. Sometimes just hit the channels.
Yeah.
Sometimes just hit the. Football really is. I don't know who said it, but he said it's a simple game, complicated by complicated people. Yeah. Sometimes it's really just that simple, especially when you are not trying to win a Premier League or Champions League. It's about just improving and being. We're looking to be a competent unit again. Get us back to being just one of the better teams in the Premier League. How about we try that? How about we defend better and just attack better? Which I think with talented players we will do. The next manager is going to be key. Do they go get Thomas Frank? Do they go get Areola, Eddie Howe during the next season, halfway throughout, or do they bring in an interim and then go get someone in the summer? Or do they go AMORIM route again? Do they go and get a De Zerbi? Do they go and get that manager everyone looks at and goes, oh, you're the next up and coming? Or do they go more senior? Do they go get a Simeone, for example? Like, I don't know what they're going to do. I want an interim though. Whenever they sack him next summer, bring in an interim. I want that next manager to have it, even if it is someone from within the league, give a Thomas Frank or Eddie Howe or whoever the manager is, a summer. Don't bring him in halfway throughout again. I don't want that.
Yeah, yeah, bro. He did say lumpy, and bro, that's what he meant. Bro, listen, you know what I love about Sean Dash? Like, bro, he said, look how aggressive the press is and that, like, bro, and he said, look at the striker, he's free, bro. Just play it into him, brother. It's a goal kick, you know, Flawless. This is how it, bro. I was like, yes, football heritage, bro. You know them way there, bro. It's like, brother, this is exactly what I said, yeah. I can't remember what game was we watching, yeah. Was it Liverpool PSG where I told my man long ball over the top, and then I said Nunes is gonna bag or he's gonna assist, bro. I told you, man, bro. I see the vision, bro. Like these man trying to overcomplicate football, bro. PSG was pushing bare high up here, up the pitch, trying to suffocate Liverpool. I said, get Nunes in and play the fucking diag, mate. You know what I mean? And then the goal came from it.
I say it all the time, especially when you go into certain places, and you know a team's gonna press. Even if you go long and you lose the first ball, win the seconds.
It's percentage football. That's Allardyce done that his whole career.
I do that on Football Manager when I'm playing. Scratch all this. My centre forward's tall, yo. Kick the ball long to him. That's where I'm at with it. Kick the ball long to him.
Yeah, bro. At the end of the day, it's one of them ones where it's percentage football. If the goalkeeper lofts the ball in a certain area and you've got a 6'4" Xerxes up there, the chances are he's probably going to win the first ball, yeah? There needs to be someone close to him anticipating the second ball. That's it, bro. If I'm playing against a team that presses high like Man City, yeah? Especially when they want to drift and they want to do their 3-2-5 and build up. All right, cool. Well, I'm playing 2 strikers. It's 2 versus 3 when I go long, bro. Because I'm going long.
That's why it made no sense. I watched the Newcastle-Chelsea game and Chelsea trying to play out from the back, knowing what Newcastle do. You know exactly what you're getting with Eddie Howe's Newcastle United. Yeah. You know they're going to press you quick, but yet you choose to play out from the back. Make it make sense. Just go long. The worst case scenario goes out for a throw into them in the 80, 90 yards.
Bro, exactly. And the thing is, if you go long, yeah, even if you get it wrong, you still got plenty of time to recover, bro. It's safe.
They're not scoring from there. There's no way that you're going long and it goes into their penalty area and you're conceding from that. It's like, no, get players around it, like you said. You might win a throw in, you might win a free kick. Common sense.
Yeah. But this is exactly what it is. So it's
out from the back all the time, I think, is nonsense. I think there's times for it, yes. Because you know what happens if you continue to kick the ball long? Team drops off. Then you play out from the back.
And then you play out from the back and you got space to play.
You got space to play.
See what? There you go. And this is why you have to be adaptable. And this is why you need variety. And this is why there's plenty ways to win a game of football. And this is why I don't like managers that only want to play football one way, because the best way to play football is the way that wins the game.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, that is true.
The way that wins the fucking game, bro.
Your style should be adaptable. That's the thing is, you should be able to adapt. Like Pep, as great as he is, when we talk about, we've seen him play different ways. Pep don't play the same way now as when he first got here. They don't play the same way as the Centurions. He has varied it at times, and will continue to vary. You mentioned it about the 3-2-5. He's not always done a 3-2-5 when he's pressing. That's something that's more new. So again, I just think managers just complicate simple things. Not just AMORIM, just in general.
But they do. I just think that you shouldn't have when it comes to football, because there's so many different ways to win. And most of the time, the best way to win, is determined by the team you're actually playing against. Do you see what I'm saying? Especially now in an era now where the talent difference between top teams and mid-table teams is not that big anymore. So because of that, we're no longer in an era now where it's like my team's better than your team. That's enough to just win the game. Like,
it's just not just a talent versus talent.
It's not that now. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got teams now that like Fulham's and stuff like that have good players and they've got good managers and they're set up well. So now you can't just go out there and ignore everything they're gonna do and just do your own thing. That's not enough anymore.
You have to adapt to them type of shit.
Exactly. You still need to adapt to the systems they're gonna play. These teams are gonna try and stifle you and play a low block. They are going to do these things, and they've got coaches that are better equipped to teach these things. This ain't like back in the Barclays days where we're playing against Charlton and that, and it's like, all right, cool. Them man are going to play 4-5-1. They're going to sit back, but we'll just smash them up.
We know what Alan Kirbishley's going to do.
Yeah, that's it. It's not that now.
Game, man.
It's not that. You know, we ain't got no tactics, mate. They're going to try and beat us in set pieces. In open play, they got nothing. That man know that.
It's just kick the ball long, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. 100%.
And this is the point. So now, because you have to take into consideration what the opposition team are doing, as a coach, you have to be flexible.
Right,
you know what I mean? You have to be flexible, man. And Abdiaziz, this is spot on. I hear what you're saying. However, David Moyes was different. I don't think David Moyes ain't as tactically fluid, and neither is Hodgson as well. Hodson's a dinosaur. He's an old man. You know them ones. I think Thomas Frank's a lot more pragmatic, a lot more of a flexible coach than Moyes, but he's the closest to Moyes in terms of been at a club for a long time, Premier League proven, all these things. David Moyes was the right profile. He was just the wrong guy. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, Moyes was just never it. You see what if you watched him, because I remember vividly at Everton, he had a way of playing there that worked for Everton. This is why he finished top 4 at times. This is why he made them a top 7, top 8 side consistently. Tough to beat. Manchester United, you have to do more. You need more plays in your playbook. You have to have more ways of playing. Whereas Thomas Frank has shown he does, because they switch from a back 3 to a back 4. And
they do it effortlessly as well. They do it depending on who they're playing as well.
Yeah. They've scored a hell of a lot of goals. They're one of the best goals. They've scored more goals. They're only 2 less. They're only 2 down on Arsenal, 3 down on Newcastle. They scored more than Chelsea, more than Villa. Only 2 down on City as well. More than Forest, more than Brighton as well. Damn. And more than Spurs. Because Spurs are one of the highest goal scoring teams in the league. Damn.
Yeah. But this is what I mean. Hey, bro, this AMORIM quote is nuts. Guys, it's bonkers. You know them way there? This is crazy. Man said, I know what I'm doing. Well, clearly you don't, bruv. You know them ones, but fair enough. I've already explained everything. Like when I said I was waiting for a storm, I was very clear. I said I won't change my style. Brother, he's got to go.
You don't even have to change your style.
Man.
You just have to go 110%.
Man said he's waiting for a storm. What the worst finish in the history of the club? Storm. This ain't a fucking storm, bro. This is Armageddon.
This is the purge, man. It's the purge. For those
that watch the purge. Crazy. Man said he's waiting for a storm. This is crazy.
But we don't. The thing is, it's not a question of, and this is where man's just out of his depth when I hear things like this and he's broken. No one's asking you to change your style. Adapt. Your principles of your style can be the same. Just adapt. Do certain things. Play certain players. Rather than 2 10s and a striker, how about you play a 10 and 2 strikers? Your style stays the same. I'm saying it's just some form of variations, man. There's no one at the highest level of sport that doesn't vary their game. Anything. Any manager, just variation. Their style remains the principles.
Even Pep, bro. Pep's stubborn, but you see Pep change things all the time.
Change stuff to the point you're like, right, what's this? Where Pep went with the 4 centre backs when he was doing that for a minute.
Yeah,
I think that was the treble year.
Yeah, he went with the Stones in midfield thing. You know that one.
Yes, it's not always the same. It's not still two profiles of Sane and Sterling either wing. We've seen him play a false 9. We've now seen him go to an actual old school number 9 in Haaland, who's just in the box. Variation, man. But his principles of keeping the ball is still the same.
Yeah.
His press is still the same in regards to high intensity, winning the ball back, etc. Yeah.
I know the mad thing is, yeah, bro, as much as we say Højlund's not good enough, cool. Play him in a 2 with Xerxes then.
And then you take some of the pressure off of him.
Yeah, you play him in a 2. Why have we not seen the 2? And then you can play Bruno as the third midfielder. Why don't we see that? Why don't you try and change it up and play a 5-3-2 instead of you're playing a 5-4-1 anyway? Do you know what I'm saying? Why not just play a 5-3-2, yeah, to try and make it a bit easier for someone like Højlund to take the pressure off him? If you got 2 strikers, as shit as Højlund is, if he plays in a front 2 with Xerxes, he scores more goals. Of course he does.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he's got someone closer to him. In isolation, you know he's not going to do anything.
It's like help him. Maybe if he has someone who's closer to him to play off of, that will help him. I'm saying giving goals and things of that nature. So, yeah, man. Again, no one's asking you to change your style. We're just asking for variations because there's no one who don't survive without adapting. Everyone's adapted because you either evolve or die. A high level sport. If you are still trying to play the same way 5 years later, people are going to figure you out. The smart individuals. What are we doing, man? Who would have thought Pep would have been playing with 4 centre backs at one point?
And now everyone's doing it. Now Thingy's doing it now as well. Everyone's trying to thing now, yeah.
And now Pep will switch it back where we'll probably go back to playing 2 fullbacks.
Yeah, he's being linked with what's his name at Bournemouth now?
Kirkes.
Do you know what I mean? So that he might be going back to
like Kirkes ain't gonna play like Vardy. Like, come on, man.
100%. So now it's gonna be different. One said Carragher's analysis of Slot's flexibility is why they won the league. Yeah, 100%, bro. I see Curtis Jones playing at right back the other day, bro, and it's like, bro, this is what I mean. These men are telling me AMORIM can't play, no one else up front. I've seen Jones at right back.
Nonsense, he can't play. I don't subscribe because fans have tried that. Oh, there's no one else. Nonsense. Because if Højlund got injured, would we play someone else or play with them, man? Say, oh, there's no one else at right wing back. Foolishness. There's no one else here. There's other players there. It might not be ideal. It might not work, but try it. Worst case scenario is just as bad. What are we doing, man?
Facts. And yeah, man said, please watch Mbuemo and Visa on the podcast with John Obi. He'll confirm everything he said about Frank. I will. I have not seen that. Do you know what I mean? So I will tune into that, bro. Obviously, all I've seen of Thomas Frank here is I've seen his that coach's voice thing, and obviously I saw his segment that he did on Sky Sports, so it gave me an idea of how he thinks as a coach, and he showed the 3 at the back setup and the 4 at the back setup on why he uses E and stuff like that. So he articulates himself very well, and his ego is not too big to the point he won't adapt to the players, bro. Especially coming from a team like Brentford, he would adapt. So I think he should be the #1 choice for the club.
And he's also got some vim as well, because anytime he loses to us,
he caught Oli, bro. It was Oli in it that he wowed out at.
Yo, these
men are shit. Can't believe I lost to these man kind of thing.
He hates losing to us, yo.
Go back to anytime he said, I can't believe I lost to these man. These men are shit. That's pretty much what he said.
Yo, check his best references, yo. That being said, he does look like the Green Goblin as well. So yeah, man.
Yeah, trust me, he does, bro.
He looks like his brother, man. You know, so William his name is, yo. Yeah.
Nah, he's nuts. Like, look at this again. Ineos genuinely believes that with a full preseason and squad reshuffle, AMORIM has the tools to bring back success.
Of course they believe that.
Oh, lurks, mate. You know them way there.
Insert Ten Hag's name in there, and that's exactly what he was saying last season. I'm telling you, when he played it out, they believe in that. It's the exact same. Again, it's deja vu. I feel like I'm in a series or a sitcom, and it goes back in time, and you relive the same scenes and the exact same scenes and same conversations. That's what this is. Literally, I guarantee you could find a quote from 2024 in May and insert Ten Hag's name. We fully back Ten Hag. We believe in a full preseason. Probably later, actually, because we were unsure about it.
They said that,
but like June, July.
Yeah, they did say that. They said, yo, like, we don't know if it's the previous regime, that's let man down and he needs his players. We don't know how much of us losing was down to the manager himself. That's what they did all that. Do you know what I mean? Only to sack the pussy anyway. So
and that's what will happen with this, and then we'll just make sure we're not doing this 2026, I bet.
And
Hopefully, the
even
summer
if
of 2025.
Ineos believes that with a full preseason squad shuffle, Ruben Amorim will have the tools. Let me tell you something, yeah. They have to say that. They're not gonna come out
And say,
and say, yo, if he loses, he's getting sacked before final. They're not gonna say that.
no,
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll be real. They're not going to say that. Why would they say that? So let's not fuck around and pretend, yeah, that everything's decided. It ain't decided, bro. Like Jim sacks people. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? They're exactly. This is what I'm saying, bro. Their track record with managers is awful. They sack loads of them.
They do, because they sack a hell of a lot of managers.
That's one thing that gives me actual confidence that he could get sacked, is because these men have a reputation for sacking.
Oh, so you're talking about you reckon in the summer he could get sacked?
Brother, he could get sacked in the summer, bro. As much as they're saying that he's safe, bro, they sack guys. This is what they do. Like, I'll be real, yeah. Like, if you're going and you're building a big stadium like these guys are trying to build, yeah, you do not put all of that in the hands of a brother that's getting smoked in the league like this, and we end up down here. Now that's mental. That don't make no sense, bro. Because we're going where we're going with or without this manager, you know. The signings we sign are not because of this manager. We're signing them anyway.
Trying to sign good players. Yeah, we're just trying to sign good players, which I do like. Do you think it hinges on the Europa League then? Because personally, I don't think they sack him during the summer. I think he gets sacked.
I think if we don't win that final,
they sack him.
He's gone. But I think if he wins, yeah, that will be their thing saying, oh, we'll give him a preseason, just like Ten Hag. You know them ones. Like that's what I think. I think, yeah, if he gets sacked, yeah, not only would they sack him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he loses, I wouldn't be surprised if he even walked after he lost.
I don't think he'll walk.
Bro, there was talk of man saying he'll walk. If he doesn't win this final, there's no reason for him to stay.
Nah, stubborn. It's stubbornness and tunnel vision and the ego.
I said Jim sacked his own brother at Nice. You know, that's crazy. Exactly. That's the kind of shit I would do. You know,
that is saying you would do. You would definitely sack a family member in every minute. It's definitely 110%. This guy will be sacking people left,
crazy, right, bro. I see you
sacking more people. Sacking more people than this guy.
Yeah, but I sack this brother. See you at Christmas, man. See you at
this guy will be sacking. This guy will be sacking people, left, right, and center. More people than Alan Sugar on The Apprentice. But
yeah, bro.
But I don't think they sack him, no. I don't think they do, because I don't think they have a plan in place already. I don't think it's dependent on the Europa League or Europa League. I think they just sack him during the season when the results go bad. Because even after the FA Cup win, they tried to still sack Ten Hag, but it was just that the approach was that bad for everyone else that he went and got a new manager. I think he's here to start the season, and I don't think he resigns. No, I think he's too stubborn. I think if he was going to resign, he would have done that already.
No, but you can tell he's a proud guy, innit? And you can tell that this is killing him, bro. But he's proud, but he's stubborn as well.
Yes, because you need to have that. You don't reach the top level.
But the pride thing is the reason why he won't change the formation. The pride is killing him.
Pride, what did he say? Pride comes before a hard fall. Pride's been the death of many people. And it's being the death of him.
And this is why he won't survive, because he's too proud. Do you know what I'm saying?
We know he's not making it summer 2026. Have the backup plan in place. That's where I'm at.
100%. It's that. So, no, we're gonna see you guys. Do you know what I mean? But I think him being there, him being here still, hinges on him winning. I think if he loses, I think it's untenable. It's untenable. It's untenable, bro. Like, he wouldn't want to be there. Do you know what I mean? And they wouldn't want to keep him.
I'll go one further now. I don't think he wants to be here now.
Yeah, me neither. Like, you can tell. You can tell, bro. This guy can throw a way out.
Even if we win the Europa League, I still don't think he wants to be here. I'm hoping I think we will win it. But once we win it, it's like a catalyst that it gives him some form of confidence to go, I can do this type of thing. You know what I'm saying? For Dragon Ball Z fans, it's like when Gohan thumped up Cell. You know what I'm saying? He realized that, I'm the guy. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm hoping this is his Cell moment, but I personally don't think it will be. He's cooked, man. This is a question of when he gets sacked.
With all these players coming back, with Euro coming back, with Ahmad being fit now, Xerxes back, if you get all these players back and you still lose, it's peak, innit? I can't lie.
Oh, yeah. One thing I will say is if he does lose it, it ramps up the pressure on him in regards to the sacking. It makes the conversation much more. Because I think the conversation will be there regardless. But I think losing, the odds of it'll be a bigger conversation than Spurs winning the trophy is will Amorim be sacked? everyone will be looking at Ineos, but they ain't gonna sack him. They got no backup plan in place. They'll get the dreaded vote of confidence the next day, Thursday morning. We officially we are putting out the statement to say we're backing him despite the disappointing season and disappointment of losing the Europa League final. I can see the statement already.
I hear it.
They were smart. They'd have a plan in place already, but these people ain't got no plan in place.
Nah, I'd have to agree, man. Guys, let's get these likes up, man. 500 likes target. Let me know who's live as well for a redirect. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City. You already know what time it is, people, man. What you got coming up, Flawless? I know you've been doing the basketball.
Yes. So yeah, NBA, because it's game 1 of the Western Conference Finals tonight. So that'll be live on the Playback, people. So just download the Playback app for free or go to www.playback.tv/SarcasmCityTV. And we will be doing we'll be doing both the East and West. You'll get watch-alongs for both. But yeah, it's the first game of the Minnesota Timberwolves Thunder series. So that'd be game 1 of that.
Big series, man. You lot make sure you subscribe to Flawless's channel as well. Man's closing in on that 15.
Closing in on 15K people. So appreciate that. We're under 100 away now. I think it's like 95 away. So subscribe to Sarcasm City TV. Also as well, what we're going to be launching this week as well, man. Have to, you got to follow what the GOATs do in this place. Sarcasm City TV Clips channel, people. So make sure you go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Sarcasm City TV Clips as well. We've not uploaded anything yet. We'll go subscribe. We'll be launching that this week. You'll see it across all the Sarcasm City TV socials and all my socials as well. Big up for having me as well, man. Much appreciated. A man saying Thunder in 4 is crazy. I say,
yo, bro, man said annihilation. Bro, listen, Ant-Man's got something to say about that. That's crazy.
No, I think the T-Wolves, I got the T-Wolves in 6. I think the T-Wolves do it in 6, to be honest. Yeah. I think the Timberwolves do it. I think they got too much. They got better shooters.
Them two, I think 2 seasons ago, I tipped both of those teams, to make the final, just because you could see that they were building something young and promising. Like, this has been a long time coming, if we're being completely honest. Like, the way that the backroom have built both of those rosters. Like, do you know what I mean? So it was always coming. It was always coming.
100%.
You know what I mean? Them man said, bro, it's almost written for Ant-Man to do it still.
Yeah, I think, you know what, I look at I think Ant-Man it's probably the T-Wolves versus the Knicks, which is great from a storyline perspective because of the trade they made, Cat and Randall, etc. So I look at it and go, yeah. But I think the T-Wolves in 6.
I got both anyway, so we're shameless, bro. Whatever happens, you know what I mean? It's Shay or Ant, bro. You get me? I'm rocking it shameless. That's why you got to hedge your bets in basketball, blood. You know them ones. I just need to get my Brunson jersey, blood, and we're good, fam. Because this is really got to hedge your bets, bro. You know,
at least we're getting a new winner as well, man. Like the old, like we're getting a new winner, which I like. So we're gonna get a new superstar. I really do like the Timberwolves, though. I really. I like but their supporting cast also. That's what lets SGA down, is that their supporting cast is not the best. Outside of like Chet, Holmgren, outside of like Chet, Hartenstein, the rest of them just
No, I hear it, really, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie, bro. It's one of them ones, bro. Like, basketball's funny because man get to really like put elite hate in. Like, bro, when I see the Celtics out, it was like, you know them ones. It just felt like when I watched Arsenal get knocked out to PSG, bro. I just put my feet up, and I was just like, yeah, you know them. Sometimes someone's got to get injured, bro. I'll be honest. Like, it's one of them.
They were losing with him anyway, even whether Tatum was fit or not.
Tatum sucks, innit? But it's one of them ones where he always gets in the conversations, innit? Like, everyone talks about stats in basketball, and he always has decent underlying stats, so people always want to try to talk about him.
Because we're an efficient team.
He's a scrub, though. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw him injured, I was like, all right, cool. Listen, if it needs to happen, it needs to happen. I'll be honest. Like, bro, we needed them out.
Yeah. I'm glad the Knicks got through, because the thing is with the Celtics, I just don't enjoy watching them. They're mad efficient, but they're not super entertaining. So I'm like, all right, cool.
This is it. So it is what it is. Hey, brother, Harry Maguire, irreplaceable, bro. Who's smoking drugs at the times? You see what I'm trying to say? You see all these briefs, guys. Don't believe them.
No one said that, man.
No one said that. You know what I mean? Harry Maguire said that. You know the ones there. That come on. Like, come on, man. Man need to relax. You get me? Man said Harry Maguire irreplaceable, brother. What? Like, you see, around this kind of time, this is why they call it silly season, guys. As soon as we get to the end of the season, man start putting out fuckery. 99% of it's not real.
Yeah, that's why you gotta take it all with a pinch of salt, which I do. Take
That's
all these
it.
quotes and transfer news and everything with a pinch of salt. Discuss it, yeah, because people ask about it, and it makes for some of the time it makes for good conversation. But other than that, I don't take it too serious.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts. Celtics be playing the Arsenal ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? That corner boys. That's what they be playing, bro.
I might be
Fuck
shooting
that.
up so many threes. It's crazy how many
Bro,
threes.
fuck that basketball,
They might
man.
shoot so many threes. It's
Bro, corner
ridiculous.
boys. Yeah,
And the threes, like they got prime Steph and Clay over there. I'm like, why you got athleticism with Jalen Brown? Yo, go to the basket.
Yeah, they're fuck
7
them
footers
guys,
shooting
man. You know what I mean?
threes
Corner
outside of that.
boys. You know what I'm saying?
7 footers shooting threes. Yo, go
Bro, it's
stand in the paint.
nasty work, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad them man are out. You know what I'm saying?
Stand in the paint, man.
But yeah, you lot make sure you look into Flawless, man. You know
So
what I
I
mean?
can
You already
see
know what
TV
time
people.
it is. The link to the channel is in the title. Let's get him to 15K.
Gonna
We're
get
gonna
there.
read once. You know what I'm saying? Big up everyone inside. And yeah, man, tomorrow's the big day, people.